Brady from Pathmaker Productions out, and they're supposed to go wheeling today with a buddy of mine, Redlick, but his super pregnant girlfriend decided that he should probably do some things around the house instead of go smash around in the woods. So change of plans, and instead of going out wheeling, I'm come out to the shop and work on my rig. I'm still waiting on a T case. I live on an island, Vancouver Island. Of course, my fucking T case is on another island, so and I'm a cheap cunt, so I don't want to go get the ferry over there. So I'm seeing if I can get somebody to bring it over. In the meantime, the Pathmaker's not going anywhere, so may as well work on a few things. I've been meaning to build up some bump stops and work on an inner console, a few different things like that. So, you know, a bit of filming today with a bit of this crap. So my rig's really only been broken for goddamn 2 weeks, and it's already covered in crap. So the first step will be taking all this stuff off the I need some bump stops. So my buddy, actually the one who can't come wheeling today, John, he's hooked me up with a set of these old school Dormans, which are just stock off trucks, but it's gonna be better than what I got going on right there, because as you can see, that shit hurts when you come down. I've two different kinds of bump stops on there. At one point I had a set here, busted them all off, set here, busted them all off. So I think we're gonna cut this crap off, and we're gonna put this back on that mount, make a bit beefier of them out there. I keep putting dents in my oil pan, as you can see, because my bump stops are that close. So God, how did I put this crap under my rig? Oh, and while I'm here, let's take a look at this old fucking beaut here. Had to give a shout out to my boy over there at Zip Ties and Bias PLIES. Go check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description. But he was commenting on my minty island spec square tube front drive shaft, and asking if I put a grease nipple in it, and hell no, I didn't. Smeared some on there. I guess I could cap the end, but where's the fun in that? I just scabbed a couple pieces of plate on there so she fit minty tight, and I didn't do a very good job of welding it, so I had to go and regrind everything, so it was a pain in my ass. Smashed it in there, and works pretty good. By pretty good, I mean it's loud as fuck. So anybody who wanna check out somebody mucking around in the garage and just being a real Alberta hooligan, go over to Zip Ties and Bias PLIES. I'll put a link in the description, and hit him up. Go put a comment on one of his videos, tell him PathmakerProductions sent you, and tell him Island Spec, because he's a real beauty. You won't want to miss out on his videos. I know he's doing a weekly video these days, and just always got hilarious shit on the go. So anyways, you like my square tube shaft? We call that around here Island Spec, because all those mainlanders spend the big dough. Oh, that right there, that's the smell of broken dreams. Every time I come out to my shop, the smell of burned ass gear oil just bums me out. Well, as you can see, I cleaned all the crap out from under my rig. I also took a tire off, which I said I wasn't going to do, because I figured I'd get an hour into it and just get pissed off working over the tire. So we can have a better look at the fabrication going on in there. Fire out the old cutty doer and zippity all of this crap off of here. I'm going to try to do this without moving that shock. That'll be the next thing I'm going to be pissed off about. Safety first, kids. I never used to rock safety gear when I built the whole truck. But now, when I have my muffs on, it sounds like a grinder's going. Yeah. Really wish I had my hearing back. So, I'm deaf as fuck now. Which means, may as well wear safety gear now after I don't really need it. Anyways, seriousness. Don't stick your fucking head in there with a big ass angle grinder without some sort of safety gear on, or you're going to regret it. Loving the smell of burnt hair. I'm gonna have to go find my beanie, but half-assed bump stop. With some real half-assed welds too. Don't look too close at the pigeon shit. Oh, and some people were asking me, shock towers, good ones for the SAS, Nissan, Toyota, anything. These are Ford F-150 shock towers. You can buy them new from any auto parts store for like $40 for a set. They're cheap as hell. They got 2 bolts where they bolt onto the frame. I think I actually got these ones from a wrecker for like $10 a piece. They bolt onto the frame, so they're real easy to pick and pull them off. I just burned some welds in, and unfortunately you can see I had to move my axle forward a couple inches after I mounted them, so that's why we're rubbing a little bit up there. It's not quite lined up perfect, but away she goes. Just did some digging through the scrap pile. Found this bad boy. Piece of quarter. Something like that. Yeah, looks like quarter. That looks like it'll work pretty good. Yeah. Obviously I'm not going to go that big. I'm going to buck this thing in half and just start gluing shit together with the sparkle machine. We'll get her diddled up here, boys. We're going to buck a hole, drill a hole in that upper plate. And well, first we're going to see if I got my drill in there without taking the shock off. Had to unbolt my Bilstein, which I hope I didn't have to do. I got it ratchet strapped up because anyone who's ever worked with Bilsteins before knows what I'm talking about. It really sucks. They're unlike regular shocks. They'll just expand all the way and they're really hard to push back in. So if you're working on Bilsteins, ratchet strap them. Well, I laid this thing out. It's pretty ghetto. I guess this is a piece of scrap that I found, so that's the piece I'm going to use. Those big holes are so I can still get my U-bolts out. So it kind of sucks. I got to Swiss cheese this thing. The other thing that kind of sucks is I don't have a drill bit that big. So, or a hole saw, I don't think. So I'm going to have to make some ugly cuts here and try to figure this out. It's not going to be my prettiest piece of work. We got this beauty edge along there to begin with, so maybe I'll make sure that's on the inside. Bit of a change of plan. I don't need to do both sides. I'm going to cut it right here and leg off the bottom. Bunch of little bottom braces is going to. It's not as pretty as I would have liked. It's hard to cut a round hole with a square cutter disc, and I pooched this one. I was just about to swap it, and I figured I'd show you a little trick some people don't know. You know, all grinder wrenches are kind of different sizes. This is a rigid one, this is a Hitachi, but the thing is, you can just crank it on the outside. Works just like that. You don't need to buy the special multi-sized ones. Just pop it off. Toss another finger biter on there. And just like that. Beauty. A couple more cuts. Hit it with the die grinder. And hopefully gonna get to fire up the welder real soon. It ain't a pretty way of doing it, but it's good enough. I find one of these shards stuck in my stupid little car's tires. Now, time to do a little bit of welding. Burn a weld across here, weld on the other one, and we're gonna go clean up that perch a bit and burn it in. And keep in mind, I'm not a welder. It's gonna be good enough. It's a bump stop pad. Thankfully, it's nice, big, thick, 1/4 inch, 3/16. Just gonna burn it in nice and hot, and onwards and upwards. Not the prettiest, but I guess it'll work. A little bit of spatter. Digging in a bit, but for a bump stop pad, tack ski it like that. So I got everything all together, got my two sockets there to space it, pulled the upper bump off, give me a little more room, and now it's time to burn it in as well as I can. It's going to be a little tight. Yeah, I'm well aware it'd be better for me to take the thing off, but that's not going to happen. His lower one, the penny's probably not too great because I had to come in on a real shallow angle, but she's fully welded out. It isn't perfect. It still might slip off, but should be a hell of a lot better than the way I had it before. It's not the prettiest piece of work I've ever done, and those welds, we'll see how they hold, but it's going to be a hell of a lot nicer than coming down onto the metal bump like on this side. That's no fun. Took me way longer than I thought, and that's always the way it goes. So I still got one more side to do, but I won't bother filming all that. You guys don't need to. It's going to be the exact same as this side. Of course, the fun about doing that side is going to be a little tight on this side. Normally I have the rig nosed into the shop, but of course, if you watch that other video, you'll see that my TK split in half on me right halfway through the door. So I only got this far. I'm glad I didn't turn it around, but it's going to be a little harder to get Bumpstop number 2. So I'll get the other side back together. I might wait until I get the T-case back in and I can pull it out. Just finishing up another night in the Pathmaker speed shop here. I got a bunch of stuff done. Next time we'll get this in there. Hopefully I'll get my T-case soon and we'll get back out on the trail. So till then, stay tuned.